Nearly time for me to put the chickens away. Ida's been nagging me for the last hour. My question. I've said it before, I watch a lot of, I binge on Sandy Brock, who is a sheep farmer in Canada. And I'm not casting any shade at Sandy. She does a good job. She loves what she's doing. She's just doing her job and supplying lamb meat for the consumer. But it just struck me the amount of vaccines that she's using, which I found quite shocking. I can't name them off the top of my head, but she vaccinates quite a bit, and I was quite struck by that because I thought, I'm lucky, and I know that I'm in a privileged position to be able to choose meat that's organic. Now, I haven't asked my supplier, and I will do, about whether the pigs and the cows are vaccinated. I need to ask them that, but I know that they're raised organically, they're fed organic food, and all of that. And I know that I'm really lucky to be able to afford to buy that sort of meat. Um, and I bought lamb recently, which I don't think is organic, but I know that the people that are raising the lambs are um, the sort of, what do you call them? Oh God, sort of self-sufficient people of the earth type people. So I know that they will not be putting too much into their animals, or any more than they have to. In saying that, so I know that I'm making an effort to eat food that is as healthy as possible, and I make an effort to do that and can afford to do that. And I know that when I go out and eat a meal out, or when I go somewhere and eat out, I don't have control over what I'm being fed. I also have been watching stuff about ultra processed food, and that's sort of bringing that into the light for me more, and thinking about how Britain is following America in a lot of food is synthetic, and a lot of what you're eating is synthetic and isn't real. And the bread podcast I was watching today, they refer to plastic bread, which is what we call Harry's bread, that she has half a slice of every night. Um, and that it's got, that it's just really not giving you any nutrition. It has no nutritional value, and I find that worrying. So my question was really about, if you're a meat eater, what are you taking into your body with the meat that you eat? And it wasn't meant as a clickbait. It wasn't meant as a clickbait thing. It was like, well, there's anti-vax. If you're an anti-vaxxer, why are you eating meat and not? You don't know how much has gone into that meat. And um, I was thinking about I don't know whether they still do it. They used to pump hormones into animals to fatten them up. Is that still going on? And are you eating that sort of food? Again, if that's all you can afford, then that's a shame. I think it was Mag that said to me in a comment yesterday somewhere, as she was commenting in a video where we'd not talked about it, but she just said, "Oh, and by the way, you're not morbidly obese. You two are not morbidly obese." And then she started to talk about, the very enormous people that ride around on scooters and are overflowing and whatever, But I'm thinking, well, according to the BMI, I am morbidly obese. Fuck knows what those people are. They must be dead, because. And she wondered about it being, partly down to mental illness, and I don't think it necessarily is. If you look at ultra-processed food, it's addictive, deliberately manufactured to be addictive. Pringles aren't potatoes. They're manufactured from, I can't remember what he said they were manufactured from now, but they're not potatoes. But they are addictive. They even fucking advertise it by saying, once you pop, you can't stop. And it's true. We have done that in the past. We've popped and not stopped and felt like shit afterwards because you feel so bloated and uncomfortable, not because you've eaten quantity, but because of all the ingredients and the additives in the food. So it's all of that, really. It's like, yeah, that was my question, and it was highlighted by me watching Sandy and seeing what the sheep and what the lambs get vaccinated for, because she's obviously trying to make sure that they don't get the diseases that they can get if she doesn't vaccinate them. So I understand fully why she would do that, but at the same time, it's a lot of vaccine going into an animal that then is going to be turned into food. And again, I'm lucky. Anyway, that's what that was about. Don't know how long this will take to upload. It's just gone 8:30. I'm about to put the chickens away, and I'll publish this later when it uploads. That's 3 times a day I've spoken to you. You're very lucky. Thanks for subscribing.